Well, it's another Fido Live. This is Fido 884.
I can't believe it's 84. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, we've had a very productive week, and that I have the entire week's done, and we're nearly finished with next week.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, our chief colorist has done her job, and here's the chief colorist's work. We'll organize this per day and read it all to you. Maybe you might remember most of this stuff if you saw Fido Live 83 last week. All right, we have Dino, Felicia, Fido, and Bo. They're all on a train. And Felicia says, "Can you hold this for me?" "Oh, what is it?" It's a particularly good hairball," I coughed up.
Yeah.
"I save the good ones." "You want me to hold this for you?" "Yeah, I don't like to get my paws wet. Thank you." I've been reevaluating my hatred of cats and find myself to be entirely more justified than I originally thought.
Yes, yes.
Okay, it's Monday the 19th. That'd be tomorrow. Here, Chief Colors, would you put that someplace
Yes,
safe?
sir, of course.
Okay, here's Tuesday. You'll remember, if you saw this last week, I went over the entire thing, how I figured out how many calories are in a human being.
Which is very not creepy.
You got most of the cast, even Fido's back there. Felicia says, "Could you wear this?" And we see it's a nutritional label, kind of like the cat's smiling face behind it. You know, just in case. I don't get one. I can't imagine that would ever be necessary. She would never eat, you know.
That's
All right.
beyond desperation.
Here is Wednesday. Fido and Felicia and the guys are in the background. "What are you doing?" "Oh, this is a classic dog pose. I just do this and I get what I want." "Well, what do cats do?" And Bo's been beaten up, his clothes ripped, he lost his shoe. "Yeah, I guess that works too." Wednesday. Thursday. We're back. We're still on the begging storyline. Felicia says, "I will not beg. I'm not above begging if it gets me what I want. But what about your dignity?" "I think it's a little late for that." Sitting outside with their doggy sweaters. She's got a hat that says cat. And it's snowing. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
snowing.
Yes. We'll talk about snow later on in the broadcast. Okay, here's
Don't
Friday.
four-letter word.
Here's Friday. Where are they Friday? In the bar. The cat boss. "Here, Dino, try this new drink I'm working on. Special of the house." "Ugh, that's horrible. What is it?" "Battery acid in dish soap. You're going to kill people with this. Can I set you up with another round?" That's a Friday.
Poor Dino.
All right, so that's the entire week. Actually, there's a Saturday.
There's a Saturday.
Oh, where's the Saturday?
Where's your Saturday?
Good question. I have it here.
I gave it to you.
What's the date on that? Friday. 220.
23rd.
23rd. Okay, so this is this is Saturday the 24th. I still haven't finished it. So actually the whole week isn't done yet. So-
You abandoned.
We have Fido and Felicia. "I'm bored. Let's do something." "I am doing something. I'm sleeping." "Let's do something fun. Dog fun or cat fun?" I don't know. I don't want to hurt anybody. Dog fun it is then. Cat fun or someone. All right, we've got to finish inking the background on that one, so I'll keep it up here on top of the magnets. And here is the rest of the next week. So get it somewhat organized. Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. All right, Fido and Felicia. Felicia says, "Does my butt look fat?" And Fido says, "I got to work on my abs. Get ripped." And they laugh. They fall down laughing. And you see that they're outside a gym, a fitness center, where all the humans inside working out, and they're out here eating ice cream with potato chips. "How's your ice cream?" "Rolled in potato chips. Crunchy." Animals don't have to worry about working out. Okay, Tuesday. We have Dino and Bo in the foreground, dog and cat in the background. Uh-oh, I don't like it when they do that. "What?" "When they stare out the window like that. Animals have a special power to sense disaster. A storm is coming or something." And we find out what they're doing. "Any sign of the mailman?" "No, and he's late with my catnip delivery." She's jonesing. All right, here is Wednesday. I don't think I've read any of these to the chief colorist, so these are new to her.
Yes.
Okay, we have Bo in the foreground with a bowl of cat food, and Felicia is snubbing it. Like a nice snub going on here. And Fido's at the table in the background. "Felicia, eat your dinner." And Fido says, I'll take it. You don't like cat food. Yeah, but I know she'll want it eventually. She'll eventually want it. You're willing to eat something disgusting just to spite her? And he's, disgusting. I'll take my victories where I can get them. And he tosses the bowl over his head. There is Wednesday. And here is the Thursday that we're going to, that's as far as we've gone this week. We'll start with this. This is just light penciling. We'll do the finished penciling on this so you'll get to see what everything looks like. Felicia and Fido again. Felicia says, want to hear a funny story? Mm-hmm. I was killing this bird. I was just ripping it up. And no, I do not want to know what a cat finds funny. And Fido exits stage left. That's your problem. You have no sense of humor. So those are all new to the
Yes,
colors.
they are.
I had not shared any of them with her.
No.
All right, we're going to do the penciling on this one. Now, I'm going to put on a glove because, as you all know, cartoonist is the dirtiest, filthiest creature on the face of this planet, and I must wear this glove in order to not smear the pencil lines or add any dirt to the thing. And let's see, we're going to need a pencil. So, hey, what do we got here? We go into our precious stock of black wing pencils and take a new one out. Thank you, patrons, for your patronage. You'll be able to get a nice new box of black wings. Let's put a point on this. All right, that looks good. Now, I like to put down a piece of paper just so I don't mush up the pencil lines. As you know, with the black wing, just touching it makes it smear. Yeah, see that camera? Yeah, oh, the cameraman got it finally. When I was doing this, the light flared. You couldn't see a thing, but once I pulled my hand away, you could see it better.
Got it.
All right, and also so I want to put down a piece of paper so I don't smear my pencil lines. And let's start with today's weather in Boston. It says 36 and cloudy. It's snowing outside.
It is. It's snowing.
They haven't really been good this season, weather-wise. For instance, they canceled school on February 13th, and we got no snow whatsoever.
Not.
So someone,
not even a wisp.
so some clever person on the internet put this out: missing February 13th snowstorm, date of birth 2/13/24, height 8 to 12 inches, identifying characteristics: fluffy white stuff which typically falls from the sky. If you have any information about today's snowstorm, please contact the National Weather Service and the local media. They really f***ed this up. So there's our weather report for today's episode of Fido Live. And well, Madam Webb, we'll remember the. We'll bring one of our oldies and goodies here. This is the Sony chief who's greenlit this wonderful film. It's not doing well. It did not do well, and even though it had 1, 2, 3 Spider-Men in the actual poster, no Spider-Man actually appeared in the film.
Come on now.
So, that's Sony's Madam Web, not the original Madam Web, as we said. All right, so I hate to say as predicted, but well,
As predicted.
cleaning up old homework. Last week we incorrectly called Travis Kelso the quarterback for the
Not me.
Redskins. Yeah,
I did it. I own it.
he's actually a tight end.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was a wide receiver.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh.
So Trav is a tight end. I kind of love
he's a
how
wide receiver.
Andy Reid here just doesn't give a fuck about any of his bullshit. He's just completely ignoring him as he screams in his face. This happened during the Super Bowl. And
Yeah, but I
speaking,
guess he did hit him a bit, so he kind of went back, and people were like, oh.
and speaking of fantastic quarterbacks, Tom Brady and 76-year-old actress Sally Field seem to have found each other, and now legendary football stars responding to a wild set of romantic rumors, according to Rob Gronkowski, who said sparks flew between them on the set of 80 for Brady.
Okay.
And here's a quote from Mr. Brady himself.
Sure.
We did have a kind of on-camera, thing going on. She was actually nice. We enjoyed our time together, and we'll see where it goes from here. That's Brady, an interview on
Okay,
XM.
where did you get
There's
that?
Sports Radio.
XM Sports Radio.
Okay,
From what year?
I had to put. He likes me. He really likes me.
From what year? And
don't know.
no.
Anyone
one-
remember Sally Field's Oscar?
I was gonna say no one is getting that.
Well, Tucker Carlson has decided to stay in Russia and become their chief propagandist.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, yes. Here, it's a story from Forbes. Tucker Carlson's Moscow videos were just the latest pro-Putin propaganda. Tucker went to the Moscow train station.
Yeah,
You know the one that looks like a mansion.
I didn't know that part of it. but I believe
Yeah.
It
Stalin.
looks like a mansion.
Well-
a mansion, but I had.
Stalin did the whole Kremlin look on this train station. It was a big propaganda thing to the age. So look how great Russia is, or Soviet at that time. Look how great Soviet Union is. We have this great train station. So Tucker went there to see and then he had the B-roll of the American stations with like the rat carrying the pizza down the stairs.
Oh,
And the homeless
But that's
people
not
sleeping in
every
the alley.
station.
It's smelling like urine. And so I don't know why Tucker is doing this, but he seems to really want to big up Russia.
Tucker wasn't in the news enough. He's looking for.
How the mighty have fallen, Tucker. But even the folks at Forbes magazine have noticed that. I'm not going to read the whole story because it's not worth it.
No, but he's just looking for.
Tucker, go fuck yourself. Alrighty then. Now let's get to the big news of the day. It would appear that not to be upstaged, when Madame Web was released, the actual Marvel superhero people have finally revealed the cast for Fantastic Four, which we already knew. And they gave us this. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I don't have it. Oh, they gave us this Christmas card. But we have Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, probably the worst casting choice I've ever seen. The other guys look all right. And apparently they're going to have the robot, Herbie, as well.
Okay.
I know. The only good thing I know about this so far is it's set in 1963.
Oh yeah.
So
That would be fun.
Yeah.
If they
But,
do it right, that could be fun.
But apparently, the story we broke a long time ago was that they were going to put a female Silver Surfer, and some people suggested they needed a body positive one. Gary from Nerdrotic wanted this one. And here's the actual actress who was hired, Anna Taylor-Joy. She's from the Queen's Gambit. She does have.
She's cute.
Yeah, hold it. Let's do this. She does seem to have. Let's do a measurement here. Here's her size of her eyeball. Right. Yeah. She has about a quarter more space between her eyeballs than would be natural. So she's in Little Mermaid territory here. All right, and here's Anna Taylor Green in a bathing suit, which we all have to have. It's not bad, very thin, clear skin. And here's her again with a you can see the space between our eyes in this photo. Let's do a measurement here. Dune. And oh yeah, look at that. She's got a lot of space here between his eyes. So we'll put this space for rent.
Oh, that's just wrong.
So here's our Silver Surfer. I guess they wanted an alien-looking woman, and they got one. All right. I'm still with Gary. I want this one, but okay, what are you gonna do? So that's that. I think I'm gonna stick with Gary's Silver Surfer suggestion as we start working today.
Is it still recording?
Oh, good question. Let's check. Yes, we are at 14:34. Yes, we're still recording.
All right.
Oh, hey, Irving, camera one. Could you zoom in here so that we can see what we're doing here? I think the audience would
Irving?
appreciate it. Irving, camera one of the finest internet cameramen money cannot buy. I'll move this over a bit, and let's get the Silver Surfer chick in here. because we need our inspiration. Do you think she's wearing like a cup here, or is this just all body paint? Because there's no nipple.
I wouldn't know.
But we can never have women who look like this. We need to have.
Oh, be nice now.
We're gonna get a woman that looks like that.
Be nice, and there's
Which
nothing
is
wrong with that.
okay, but if you're gonna have a naked woman, let's go full Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan didn't have a small penis. They got a big, muscular guy with perfect six-pack abs and everything, and a hanging schlong. And they were gonna put a nude guy on this out there. Why can't we? Why can't we put a
Woman with a large schlong.
a better example of femininity out there?
So anyway.
I guess we're talking about the weather again, huh?
Yep.
Whenever the cartoonist strays off into some category where the chief colorist thinks I should shut up, she tends to drag me over to the weather.
Not shut up. Just do not. Don't engage. That's all.
I guess we could talk a little bit more about the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. Pedro Pascal, he's a horrible individual.
He's the new it guy.
Yeah, they give him every job. Oh, does he count as like a minority? I mean, he looks like a white guy to me, but what do I know? I was shocked that the entire cast was.
I don't know.
I did not mind the Fan Four stick when they was it Michael B. Jordan that they got to play the Human Torch. I didn't mind that, but they had to go through all sorts of hoops to try to explain how Black Michael Jordan, Michael whatever, is the sister of the blonde Sue Storm. They said, well, she was adopted. Not that he was adopted, but she was adopted. They really jumped. Well, they really sent us through some hoops on that one. But yeah, I didn't mind the casting. What the hell? Let's try. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But Fantastic Four is really difficult to do, and they should just ignore the origin story. It's a shitty, horrible origin story. Fantastic Four is gear porn, and they're and just exploration fun. You don't want to hear about how they got their powers. Let's just. It's like if I see Bruce Wayne's family killed again, I'm going to go in an FBI lineup because I'm like one of their best witnesses. It's like I don't want to see Spider-Man's origin again. I don't want to see the origin. So it does say it's been done.
Wait a minute. What happened to Batman's parents?
All right, and there's Fido. All right, let's move to panel 2. Again, it's a very good idea that they're setting us in the 60s so they can pull out some storyline why they're not around anymore, or why they weren't around during Iron Man and all the other and the Avengers and all the other stuff. That's good. But yeah, was it Kirby who did the original comic book stuff? He had like he would do a lot of intricate backgrounds where they had all this science stuff going on, and then the asshole who did the inking just would erase it all, ignore it all.
Oh really? Why?
And because it was too much work.
Oh.
They had to get these things out quickly. And Kirby never read the book, so it wasn't until like years later he found out that like all his hard work was just just erased.
Wow.
And I imagine it upset him, but he probably just didn't give a fuck. He was just collecting a paycheck. Back in those days, it was just a job.
Possibly, but still, that's like, I don't know. That's pretty sad.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sad.
Yeah. So in the original Iron Man, what was so great about it was the gear porn, as I mentioned earlier. Iron Man's suit was this mechanical thing, and they actually had like little parts that articulated and moved and collapsed on the body, and like it looked like something that worked in the real world. Now that's what you want to see in the 1963 version of Fantastic Four. I want to see Reed Richards finding the metal and putting together all the stuff and just having these intricate stuff. Because you got Pedro Pascal playing the world's smartest man. You're gonna have enough trouble with that. He's not that good an actor. You can't play what he can never be.
Listen, he got his head squished. Did a really good job.
I'm squishing your head. I'm squishing your head. I'm squishing you.
I'm squishing you.
That's
I'm
for
squishing you.
Game of Thrones.
I squish your head.
The mountain?
No, it wasn't the mountain. It was Oh, was it the mountain?
Yeah,
I guess it was the mountain.
The dog's brother.
Yeah. Well, it was actually his. Well, you could say it was either his thirst for revenge or his arrogance, or maybe possibly both, that got him killed.
Yeah.
Because he was winning, and then he was strutted around. And then all of a sudden...
Who killed the lady Martel? Yeah, something like that.
And then the mountain squeezed his head. Squeezed it.
See, he had the potato chip in his hand here, and now the hand's empty, so he dropped the chip right there. See? That's the sort of detail that makes cartooning fun. Alright, now Fido's... I don't want to know what a cat finds funny. He's out of here.
I keep hitting your
Table.
stand here.
Yeah, don't
well,
worry
no,
about it.
you're not. Am I hitting your table? I thought I was just hitting the stand.
Well, nothing is shaking, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's the cherrywood table of Fido the comic strip is very sturdy. I wonder if they're going to use the ugly costumes. It looks like they got Pedro here in a turtleneck. So,
well, didn't they say they were going back to like the original or something, or the first costumes, or there was some story about the costumes. But I couldn't tell you what that is right now.
Despite the blue-collar scheme, it's obvious that Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm are relaxing in their casual 1960s style clothing here. Reed Richards and Sue Storm, however, are wearing what appears to be the official Fantastic Four uniforms. And people might remember that the She-Hulk, here we down here, was briefly in the comic book. I doubt that they'll drag this She-Hulk out for this. And, actually, no, because this is set in the 60s, so She-Hulk wasn't made yet.
Are She-Hulks made or born?
Well, she rescued David Banner in this one, or Bruce Banner, the Hulk in this one, and got some of his blood mixed with her in the TV series, where in the book she got shot. She was by a mobster, and that she was prosecuting or something like that, and he
I didn't know they changed
Banner gave her a blood transfusion, so he saved her in the comic book. Wasn't aware that the blood transfusion would actually transfer some of the powers of the Hulk to her.
You'd think one of the smartest guys in the world would know that, though.
Well, here's the thing. Bruce David Banner, whatever you want to call him, is not the smartest guy in the world. He's a smart guy, he's a researcher, and he knows more about gamma radiation than just about anyone else, according to his character in the Avengers film. Arguably, he has a different sort of intelligence than Tony Stark, who was a child prodigy. Mm-hmm. David Banner was a doctor who worked hard, learning everything he's ever did, and went to college and such. Mm-hmm. So... And Reed Richards is supposed to be just naturally the smartest man in the world. So,
and that's Pedro.
Yeah, and that's Pedro Pascal. That's the smartest man in the world. Yeah.
I I did like him on Game of Thrones, and I liked him on Narcos, but I don't know.
Well,
Too much of him.
since he's become an insufferable bitch, you know, I don't really care much for him.
Well, that will happen.
I mean, he has these ugly racist ideas, but, well, you know, they coincide with generally what Hollywood believes these days, so what are you going to do? Oh, hey, speaking of racist. Yeah, talking about the weather. Speaking of racist.
No, it looks a little dark out there. It looks
Yeah.
like it may start to rain again.
Cold.
Or snow or something.
Yeah, it's called New England. You don't like the weather. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute,
Speaking
yeah.
of
No.
that, Disney has been charged with a.
Here, I should pull this up since we're talking about him. Disney has been charged with
a discrimination lawsuit. Apparently, they're racist pieces of shit. I love it.
Well, that's a hearty laugh there, mister.
Oh, is it? If any company ever deserved it so much. All right. I'm gonna put that aside, and we can start inking. Why don't we have Irving Camera One pull back just a little bit? So
Irving?
so that we can get a better view of everything. Very good job there, Irving. All right. Let's see. Put Thursday up top here. Actually, let's do the borders. Oh, you got the inking going here. Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. We'll go back to the Monday here. And let's not forget the Saturday. We're going to do the backgrounds on. So let's pick a brush. Here are our brushes. Let's look at the candidates for brushes today. As everyone knows, the one with the white tip is the one I'm most happy with. It's one of the old ones with a good tip. But we're going to go to one of the new ones. Now this one looks really ratty. Let's go to the really ratty looking brush and see if we can reform that into something of a point. Now, these brushes are made with the finest Himalayan tree squirrel pubic hair. And we had to get new brushes. These are synthetic, so you can really tell a difference. Look at the beautiful point on this, and you do have a point on that, but it's not as long and tapered and lovely as the Himalayan tree squirrel. But we can still use these. I'll put them aside, and let's get the ruler. We have to draw some straight lines. Got it. And my patented Fido the comic strip ruler holder. It's over there to our left. Behind the scenes sort of stuff that you just never see. Alright.
Well, you don't want to give away your trade secrets.
As for ink, I like to tell everyone what products we use. We're using Noodler's Heart of Darkness. Always look for Cthulhu for your sign of quality in ink. I just transfer it into this little bottle because it's easier to hold and easier to dip the brush in. If I had to dip the brush in that big bottle, I'd get ink all the way up to the finial. Alright. How does that look?
Looks perfect.
Well, the thing is, you got to really sop the brush with the ink to begin with to get it used to it, what it's going to do. Oops, I'm really losing that point. You lost the point there, cartoonist. Let's see. Irving, you're a little bit in my way here. I'm going to have to move to the left just
So
to...
hard to get good help.
Yeah. Move to the left just to get around you. Irving's camera is shaking. I think he has the DTs. Must have been a hard night of drinking for Irving.
Yeah. That's what we get for hiring them straight out of college.
Oh, no, Irving's a seasoned professional, I'll have you know.
Oh, I was mistaken. Please do forgive me, Irving. So that's what we get for hiring a drunkard?
Yes.
Okay.
I used to work in animation, and we went to the frame shop. We worked out of the frame shop, I think it was in Brookline. And those guys did a lot of work for PBS. So, you know, they were just a camera. They were cameramen, but they had a warehouse where they had a few animation stands and stuff like that. But these guys drank like you wouldn't believe. A couple of Irishmen.
What are you trying to say?
They had a constant can of beer going for the entire time I knew them, and we would work 12-hour days there, 14-hour days there. And, they would never without alcohol.
I'll have you know, I never once saw my father drink. And my father was a good old boy Irishman.
If anyone remembers the Ken Burns Civil War documentaries and all that stuff, Ken Burns shot all that stuff at the Frame Shop in Brookline. Oh, that was one of the famous projects that came out of that studio. I never met Ken Burns. Here's a very quiet guy. I met some of the people who worked with him. All right, that panel is done. So now you at home know how to draw a straight line with a paintbrush. I feel like Captain Bob O'Connell. Everyone at home. Let's get some background work done on this sucker. Anything, I'm gonna slide here behind Irving. Get as much of the couch free-handed as possible. I used to do the couch with the ruler, but I think it's better just to give it a free-handed line. It gives it more of a couch feel. The rug I can probably do with a ruler if I had to. This is our new couch.
The blue one got ditched.
Yeah. This is the leather Fido couch. We still haven't been able to find it in real life. Not that we're visiting furniture stores all the time, but
Not enough.
we know the Fido couch exists out there somewhere because I got a picture of it.
Oh, where is that? It's over here.
Yeah.
You want the picture?
Nah, it's all right.
Okay. Oh, I just was reminded of something.
What were you
I don't
just
know if
reminded
this
of?
is worthy of repeating on the show, but remember that text that I supposedly got from the voicemail I got from my mother that they turned into a text and they added some keywords?
Yeah.
I tried to show that to my mother.
Yeah.
You know what she said to me?
What?
I said to her, Mom, it takes your wording and it writes down what it thinks you said. And she says, well, for it to think that I said that, it must hear it a lot. You must say that a lot. I'm like, whoa,
You trained the phone. Okay, we should explain to the audience what happened. She got a voicemail from her mother.
Now let's preface this with my mother is
86 or 87 years old.
No, 88 years old.
And she's never used foul language in her life.
Never, not once.
So
the
the text to speech that came out had her saying all sorts of F words.
Yep, and the last words on the text were...
Go F yourself.
No,
That's
the
all.
last words on the text were, fuck you later.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, I hope we're under it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You don't still have that text, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, could you bring it out?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Of course I do. I'm not getting rid of that text. That was hysterical. Well, it's not text, it's a voicemail.
Yeah. So I think the technology isn't perfected yet. Which is kind of weird because whenever I try to write fuck on a text message, it says duck.
I don't want to put on screen where she is.
Yeah, I know. Just, well, I'm not going to put it on here. Just, would you do the honors of reading it, or should I?
Sure.
All right. Now speak up for the camera.
Hello? I just got your very gift. Nice. I know it's going to be too. Hello? But that's okay. Fuck them up. Did you pay for him? They were $48. Family one piece of I know you didn't pay the $8. What did you? Fuck you later. Fuck you later. So I showed this to my mother, and she did laugh. She did kind of understand it, but like I said,
Good that she got the joke.
She did, but like I said though, she said, "Well, it must hear that word a lot. That's why it thinks it's that word." I'm like, "No,
That
it
makes
has
sense.
nothing-
You've trained your phone what to expect.
No, sir. I said to her, "No, no, 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 no." I said, "This has got nothing to do with me. This is the technology, not me at all." And she's like, "Okay." And I said, "But I sent it to every single solitary person who's ever known you, and they think it's hysterical."
So those Tesla driving cars aren't the only things that don't work.
I know.
Self-driving.
But they work. They work as a carrot cutter. They work as proof of oxidation. Corrosion.
That's the Cybertruck.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not sure if the Cybertruck. Oh, it must have the
Must.
self-driving technology on it.
Must.
A friend
yes,
of a friend and supporter of Mr. Musk is the first to die from a self-driving car. They went to play golf, and after visiting the 19th hole, which is the bar, they got drunk, and then they figured the self-driving car could drive them home, and the car drove them right into a tree. Forensic reports show that the car's tires still continued spinning after they hit the tree, so it kept on adding gas when it wanted to go, and then there are no skid marks, brake marks. The passenger was able to get out, but the driver, who was stuck in the car because those Tesla car doors don't work, died in the ensuing fire because, well, those batteries, once they catch on fire, are nearly impossible to put out. He died officially of smoke inhalation, or he was just roasted.
No. I actually hadn't heard that. When did this happen?
Oh, not long ago. So it's the first case of a
Death by self
I don't want to use the word death. There's another word.
accident?
Fatality. Yes, that's it. Fatality in a self-driving car.
That is actually, you would have to have,
The guy was a Tesla employee and a friend of Elon.
yeah. But I'm just thinking, I didn't realize, I mean, I know a person technically doesn't have this either, but a car would have to have, like, complete vision, every single part of it. To see a tree, or to see,
Well, the Tesla technology is not there yet, and other car makers, Mercedes, even General Motors and Ford, have much, much, much better self-driving technology, and they're not suggesting anyone use it yet. So it's just the arrogance of the Tesla people. Tesla should not even sell that. They sell it as an upgrade. It's not a finished product yet, guys. I mean, what are they doing? Beta testing with customers? What are you, a computer game? This is America. Everything eventually will be settled in a lawsuit, I imagine. All right, let's put that aside. And next, what do we have? Saturday. Try to figure out. Oh, we want to do that Monday first? Or, okay, we just did the borders here, so we want to let that dry so I don't smear. But I want to do the lettering on that one.
I thought we decided with smudge.
Smudge or smear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought we decided smudge.
I don't have a printout of the Tesla car accident because I had not expected to be discussing that today.
I think they can figure out what an accident looks like. It's too
But I
depressing.
do need a piece of paper here, so, well, there we go. Let's bring the new Silver Surfer girl down.
It's Anna Taylor-Joy, right? You said?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no, it's Anna Taylor-Joy.
Anna
is-
Taylor-Joy. No, Queen's Gambit. That's what I have written here. Anna Taylor-Joy.
is Silver Surfer.
Apparently a female Silver Surfer. Correct.
She was in something else besides.
Queen's Gambit. And,
She was in something else besides Queen's Gambit. Oh my God! Stop finishing this. She's worth $3 million. She's new.
Yeah.
Oh, she's 27.
Oops, she's getting old.
I didn't think she was that old.
Yeah. Oh no.
She looks younger.
Okay, 3 whiskers on this side and 4 whiskers on this side. And she's laughing and joking around. We'll keep them somewhat up and erect. I'd like to use the whiskers to add to the mood or the mood of the character. And let's do a line there. So the chief colorist knows where the face ends.
Mhm.
Okay, she's holding an ice cream cone here, and just because I can, I'm going to make the just a little bit off, like it's going to fall on her.
Oh, are we still recording?
I don't know. Let's see. Yep, we're at 41 minutes.
No.
We have to keep on checking because Apple QuickTime has been behaving like a bitch lately. It just quits on you.
Well, it just decided it was done.
Apple used to put out great products.
You know, all this, hey, this used to, hey, you're sounding like an old man. Back in my day, things were better.
I'm just saying the machine I own today can't do half of what the machine I owned in the 90s could do.
Okay.
Maybe this one's a little bit faster. It just doesn't have the capabilities.
Yeah, but wasn't the one you had in the 90s black with green lettering?
Oh, you mean the... No, it was color. It was a...
Oh, it was color?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was color. In fact, even in the 2000s, I had a G4 that was pretty good. I know, in the 90s we had the... it was just a plain old Macintosh. It was black and white. In fact, you know, they didn't go color until like the Mac 2. And those things were incredibly overpriced. But yeah, I had a Mac 512 and a Mac Plus. And they were more capable than this machine I have right now. This big aluminum brick. A little aluminum brick. Macintosh doesn't like to put fans on their computers. So I've got
They're
to
hotter
have...
than hell?
I've got to have my own fan here externally. That way just turn it on because I do feel a little heat over there. That might be part of the problem.
Oh. Never thought of that, but yeah, okay.
Usually when I keep it running for a few hours, especially in the summer, I put this little fan on it just to...
Well, not only is it running for a few hours, but it's right next to the giant GD windows. Although actually they're drafty
Actually, the windows,
now.
windows are cold this time of
Yeah.
year, so it's not a problem. All right, Anna, if you would, just move aside a bit. Thank you, ma'am. So I'm hoping for the best with the Fantastic Four,
Mm-hmm.
but I also hope for the best with Madam Web.
Mm-hmm. And you're not getting it.
I hope for the best with the next Macintosh computer too.
And you're just not getting it.
All right, let's see. She's got 3 whiskers here. We'll still keep them up and happy. She has to keep her whiskers out of her ice cream.
I don't remember how much personal stuff you tell your audience.
Very little.
Okay. Then never mind.
What did you want to
Nothing.
discuss?
Nothing?
Particular bell ringing ceremony?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, that's
You can ring my bell.
yeah, I'm sure I could.
Ring my bell. My bell. Nobody knows that song.
Yeah, and you can
That one's lost to the,
you can not sing it. That'd be great.
I'm not singing it. I sang one little verse. Then my mom got scared and grew it.
So this brush, which started out life as a pretty ratty looking thing, is actually doing a pretty good job. I'm happy with it.
Cool.
Able to get some decent control. And look, I'm able to go from thick to thin. It even gives me that slight line break that I kind of like to see. Well, actually, Irving, camera one, you really can't see that, can you? Let's see, I gotta reposition my hand to get that tail. It's just drawing the brush towards
Oh, if I
myself.
had a nickel for every time you said that. I'm gonna reposition my hand so I can get that tail.
Yeah. When you're drawing the brush towards yourself, it's kind of difficult to get the control you need.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Now, Fido, your ice cream is dripping a little bit over the edge of the cone. You got 1 scoop, 2 scoops. So we have this particular week snow, and also a scene where they're sitting outside eating ice cream.
New England.
If you don't like the weather in New England, wait a minute.
No, really, people. You have to understand. And it's not these like micro storm things that they talk about.
We had a
and all
whiteout,
this.
yes.
We had a whiteout for what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, and the sunshine.
And then the sun came
yeah.
up. And the snow was gathering. There was snow on the ground. And then all of a sudden, everything stopped and then the snow disappeared. However, on, like you showed earlier, on the 13th when we were supposed to have, you know, the next
About a
blizzard,
foot, yeah. Nothing.
Not a thing.
But it was great because I had to go somewhere, and there were no school buses on the road.
Yeah.
And like it was
True.
like someone did a Thanos snap and got rid of half the cars on the road. It was the traffic was
True,
spectacular.
that part of it was bad. That part of it was good.
You know, the world should not have to stop because a school bus does.
Hey, at some point before you and I were born, they must have lost a lot of little kiddies by people going around buses because they made that rule a long time ago. I think the buses stop more often too. And back in my day, the horses and the carriages just kept going. You didn't have to stop for them, you just went around them. If your horse hit the other horse, things happen.
you had to go where you were going, what you're going to do. You know? And plus, it trained these kids to be alert.
Now you got kids crossing the streets on their iPhones.
Yeah.
They're gonna get hit anyway. It's not gonna be anybody's fault except them for being on their iPhones.
Another shitty Apple product. See, bringing the storylines together. The only thing I like about having the iPhone is that I can do an AirDrop. So if I take any photos on the phone, I can get it directly onto the computer really easy.
That's not your iPhone. That's the fact that you have
An Apple
Mac
computer.
computer,
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I thought
Well, I have
you
an
said.
Apple computer and an Apple phone. So
Yeah. I thought
they
you
work
meant.
well.
Because I was gonna say I couldn't do that today with my photos.
Well, because you have a Winbox over there.
Yep.
Which,
I'm not special. But I do have an iPhone, the oldest make iPhone that they have right now. But
yeah, it still works.
oh no, I'm fine with it. I'm completely fine with it. I got iPhone shamed though when I was with my family one time. The boys were like, "Ha ha ha!" Shut up.
Look at this old brick you got.
I said, "Listen, the only reason why I have an iPhone in the first place is because they were selling this for like $14." Oh my God, what year is that from? Is that from the 90s? Shut up. It's not from the 90s. I should preface this.
That phone's older than me, Auntie.
Yeah. The youngest one at the time was 16. The oldest one was like
which is only like 10 years younger than us.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot that. I forget how old you tell people. I mean, I forget how old I am.
Yeah, I don't even pay attention anymore.
I know.
Because I'm going to live forever.
Uh-huh. Now, see, I'm about to show our age by saying, I'm gonna learn how to fly.
Mm-hmm. And now I gotta get Fido's waggly tail underneath here. And the ice cream cones.
Oh, look at that wedding photo. Oh, it's so many years ago.
You have nothing to do over there, do you, Chief
Nope.
Colorist?
Nope. I'm not at my computer. I have my phone.
Well, Chief Colorist, we have to come up with a title for this one. We're about halfway through the broadcast.
Oh, I don't know what we could have a title for. Ooh, that's a good question.
Snow Day? I don't know.
Mm.
Back in my day.
The cartoonist reflects upon back in his day when he used to have to climb the hill both ways to get to school.
Once killed a bear with my loose leaf binder.
It was a trapper keeper, so it was solid.
Yes, I had a trapper keeper. Those are cool.
Oh, trapper keepers.
You had like
awesome.
a different color folder for every class. I always save the red one for math.
Oh, okay. You found a bunch of like my not trapper keepers, but my notebooks. Remember when you opened up the
I think they might have been left. We couldn't tell you where to find them now.
I think they're still in that cabinet, aren't they?
Oh, probably. Oh, we still have that cabinet? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, they're in the cabinet.
No, whatever that's called. There's
File
a word
cabinet.
for it. That
File
oh,
cabinet.
hope chest.
Oh, okay.
The hope chest. I think it's still in the hope chest. Not my hope chest. It's my mother's, but a hope chest, I should say. The hope chest.
Yeah, right around the time when I had the trapper keeper, I noticed that there was something wrong with the school. We didn't have history class. We had social studies,
Yep.
current events.
We got extra credit by getting up there and singing, I'm just a bill. No, it wasn't that. It was the other one.
Lolly, 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 get
No,
your
no, no,
adverbs
no,
here.
no, extra credit. No. It was, we the
Schoolhouse Rock.
people, in order to form a more perfect union,
Oh, yeah,
establish
okay.
justice and
Yeah.
for ourselves.
Preamble to the,
Yeah, for
Constitution.
ourselves and our husband to ordain and establish this Constitution. I think it was anybody who wanted to get up and go to the front of the class and sing it from the commercial could get extra credit, and the entire class stood up. So, if I remember correctly. Excuse me, I'm ready now. Conjunction, another reference that nobody knows anymore.
Schoolhouse Rock, people remember that.
What?
People remember Schoolhouse Rock.
Not the people who weren't even born for it, sweetheart.
It's been replayed.
Look up the robot chicken.
I've seen
Schoolhouse
parodies. I've seen parodies for it all over the place. So.
Rock. Yeah, look up the robot. Well, the people from Robot Chicken are our age. That's why. I mean, they're so much older than we are. I showed you that picture of Seth Green, didn't I?
No.
Oh.
Why? What's with Seth?
Oh, he did not look like Seth Green at all. I wonder if I can find
Is
it.
he not aging well?
Oof, no. I don't know if I'll be able to find it again. I'm trying to remember what it was even from. I think I stumbled upon it looking at something else. Actually, I thought I even showed it to you on the on one of the podcasts.
Okay, now it's kind of important that the humans in the background done well here because that's what makes the joke. They're doing this in front of the fitness center. But I don't think I can do that now because Fido is still wet in the foreground. So I'm going to have to put this aside. And we'll finish this Monday one later. Okay, put that up on the magnets. Come, Ann Taylor Green. Okay, this is the Wednesday. Where's Tuesday? I do these somewhat in order. Anna, will you step aside, please? Thank you. There's Tuesday. That's the one with a dog and cat looking out the window. Let's bring in the other Anna. Oh yeah, baby. She's in the leaves. Now, usually whenever I write something down, that ends up being the title. And I forgot, and I wrote down earlier, this space for rent between Anna's eyes.
Oh.
Oh no, this might be the space for rent.
Here, I want you to glance at this just because this is worth it.
Okay.
Ah! Almost dropped my phone.
Yeah, almost. What was the da? Was that going to save your phone from damage?
Yes. You never know what could. Ah!
Alright, let's see what Seth looks like. Oh my goodness. He looks like Macaulay Culkin.
No, Macaulay looks better.
Yeah, Macaulay does look good. He looks like an old Santa Claus in Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, Seth, you're not looking good. Well, he kind of looks
I mean, he doesn't look
distinguished.
bad, but he doesn't look like himself.
Yeah, he looks distinguished.
Yeah, he doesn't look like himself. He doesn't look like what we remember him looking like.
Oh, he had a boyish face.
Yeah, that's
most
what I
of his
mean.
life.
He's gone past that boyish. Well, there was a period of time where John Boy Walton hit a wall, but now he's not looking so bad anymore.
I haven't seen him since that TV show where he played a millionaire trying to buy that building. It was Succession, was it?
Oh, probably.
I forget what. Yeah.
He shows up in like things here and there.
Yeah.
Like he's been on Law and Order, and you know what I mean. Like he shows up in stuff like that.
Okay. Take your word for it.
He's got to be. God, I wonder how old he is now. The hell
Probably
is his
Sally
name?
Field age.
To tie it all together.
But that's okay because, well, she seems to have captured the love of Tom Brady.
She did not, Charles. Where are you getting this crap? You are so off in your news.
I got
What
it
the hell
on
did you
I
say?
got it on the internet. It's got to be true. Otherwise,
God,
they wouldn't. What?
No, I'm trying to remember. This week you came up with something that I said to you. Where in the hell are you getting that from?
Okay.
Oh my God, what was
Hey.
it?
The Fido the comic strip is not the place to go for your news.
No, apparently not. Did you know that Sally Field was born in Pasadena? Doesn't mean anything, but.
If you want to go any place for your news, go to Tucker Carlson because he'll tell you about how wonderful everything is in the Soviet Union. Sorry, in Russia.
Well, this is how old I'm getting. I just said I wonder how old Richard
Tucker,
Thomas.
Tucker. There are no bums or drug addicts or rapists or people wanting to push you onto the train tracks and kill you. It's perfectly clean and orderly in Russian
No,
train
because you die of
stations.
starvation.
Well, actually, in another video, Carlson seemed to suggest that Russia, despite the sanctions imposed on it following the unprovoked invasion of Ukraine nearly 2 years ago, was doing better than the United States. He went on to say, what was very shocking, very disturbing, was the city of Moscow, where I've never been. It was so much nicer than any city in my country.
Shut up, Tucker. Ooh, Richard Thomas, who, aka John Boy Walton, is not as old as I would have expected. He's in fact a little younger than Miss Field.
It's not clear from the interviews if Russian officials actually gave Carlson the option to travel freely around Moscow. While the Russian city officially doesn't have slums, tourist guidebooks will warn of areas that shouldn't be visited. Such neighborhoods were not seen in any of Carlson's videos, nor did Carlson acknowledge that currently 1.6 million Russians live in 112,353 buildings that have been officially deemed uninhabitable slums.
Yeah, because Tucker Carlson's.
While it's further unknown how many more Russians reside in buildings that residents say clearly should be condemned. A fact reported by Radio Free Europe in late 2022. Yeah.
Shut up, Tucker.
He's really trying to frame Russia as like the paradise, a wonderful country with a smart, intelligent, fantastic leader who was justified in murdering his neighbors to steal their stuff. Shame on you, Tucker.
There's the title. No, I'm just kidding.
Tucker the Tool.
No, shame on you, Tucker.
Tools. Well, I was talking about brushes and.
Yep, no,
and
that's fine.
let's see. We
That
might
works.
tools. And yes, Tucker Carlson is nominated as Tool of the Year 2024.
It's early in the year. But he has a good shot of winning.
So I'm unhappy with my Apple tools. I kind of like how my brushes are going. And well, I guess we're getting what we expect from our media tools. How does it feel to be a Russian propagandist, Mr. Carlson?
He just wants to be in anything. He's in anything. Anything that'll get him seen and heard.
What's your soul cost, Tucker? How much did your soul cost when you sold it?
You're assuming he had one.
Or any integrity?
Mm.
Stalin built that train station as a bit of propaganda.
And he fell for it.
Tucker should know this.
You want him to know history. That's adorable. Nobody knows history anymore. And I'm not pretending I know a lot about history, but I have you. Although you think Tom Brady and Sally Field are dating, so. And you
As
didn't
I
know-
said,
and you-
I'm no Tucker Carlson.
And you didn't know who Taylor Swift was. Which I know is not necessarily history, but it's pop culture kind of history.
And to me, Kelso was that guy on the '70s show.
Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Well, no.
Kelsey.
Kelsey, whatever, yeah.
Trav.
They call him Trey Trey.
Nobody calls him Trey Trey.
He's called Trey Trey.
No,
I heard it on the internet.
The same place you heard that Sally Field and Tom Brady were dating.
Sally Field and Tom Brady. That's couple for the century.
Okay, first of all, the movie that they discussed in there
Baby for Brady.
in the article you read hadn't even come out yet, and it's been out for like 2 years now.
Well, in the Sirius XM interview, they mentioned the Oscar-winning performance that Sally Field gave. Did she win an Oscar for that? I don't think
I
so.
think that was sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
Possibly.
Well, then they were talking about the performance, so the thing had come out.
No, it was sarcasm. And
Okay, we're talking Rob Gronkowski here. Does this look like somebody capable of sarcasm?
yes, because it's dumb sarcasm. It's not intelligent sarcasm. I love you, Gronk. I do. I think you're a wonderful guy. I think you're adorable. And I would listen to any joke you tell me. But you're not the brightest bulb in the chandelier. But that's okay.
You're not
You don't
supposed
have
to
to be the brightest. And you own it, too. You I believe, have admitted that you're not the brightest bulb in the chandelier. One of are.
So your favorite cartoonist here is a tool?
How are you a tool?
Reporting that Sally Fields and Tom Brady.
No, that doesn't make you a tool. That just makes you gullible. That's supposed to be in there. Here. Maybe not.
So in the description here, the cartoonist goes over a list of his favorite tools, including Tucker Carlson.
These are a few of my favorite tools.
From squirrel pubic hair brushes to Tucker Carlson.
In as few steps as possible. In fewer steps than you would imagine. Yes, I'm playing with that frog. A little jumpy frog. I could play on my phone, but then I'd probably get too distracted. You wouldn't hear you if you went to ask me a question.
This is my serious face. Tucker Carlson. This is my serious face. I am a serious journalist. I'm going to pull a journalism on y'all.
I'm a journalist because I'm a journalist.
Sitting there in his journalist building doing all his journalist work. Yes, that's Tucker Carlson, everybody.
Oh. I'm sorry, that's journalist Tucker Carlson to you.
I vaguely remember him when he was just starting out. He wore like a bow tie. Was that him?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
And he was like a horrible, like lefty piece of crap, I think. But then when he got the Fox News job, he suddenly became Mr. Conservative. I don't know what he is now. He's a stooge tool.
Maybe he does the weather, like the weather today when it was, all of a sudden.
No, if we're talking about weathermen, we'll talk about Bob Iger, Disney.
Oh, you almost got through an entire thing without saying Iger.
The weatherman who doesn't know which way the wind blows.
Oh.
And it'd be Bob Iger from Disney. Bob thought he was going to be president of the United States. And he said, well, I'm going to run as a Democrat. I've got to go as far wacko left as possible. And he destroyed his company in an effort to do that. If anyone deserves to lose their job, it's Bob Iger. In fact, he should be sued for the damage he did to Disney. You overpaid for Fox. You overpaid for Star Wars. You overpaid for everything, and then you destroyed them once you got them. You made no effort to stop Kathy Kennedy. In fact, you encouraged her. You told her, hey, let's make another Ray movie.
Deep breath.
Tools. Bob thought he could fool us all and become president. Thank God we disabused him of that notion.
Quickly, too.
Depending upon how a lot of this Reedy Creek stuff comes out, forget being president. You might not be a free man.
Time will tell on that, I guess. I can't imagine it really getting.
I can't imagine it going anywhere because this is America. Yeah. Crimes like that are rarely ever prosecuted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got the occasional Enron and THX.
Yeah, but you had the right word there when you said occasional.
Yeah. I mean, we just saw that thing about with that fast food company. Whenever they have these accounting scandals with like Arthur Anderson and all that, they just pay fines and it just goes away.
And they know that they can just pay fines and it goes away. So there's no incentive to even try to clear their
So,
names.
Chief
They
Cartoonist,
just-
what are you expecting them to do? Off with their heads!
Well, no one said that.
Well, you guys are hurting capitalism. You're hurting Western civilization. You're traitors. Yes. You allow assholes like Tucker Carlson to say, yeah, I think it might be better in Russia because, well, we have all this corruption in America. There's no corruption in Russia.
Don't be blaming anybody for Tucker but Tucker. No,
Tucker's a special case. He's he's the short bus of the media.
Exactly. You gotta just let Tucker, or you have to. Tucker's Tucker. You can't fault him with it, or can't give anybody the fault of Tucker. That's just not fair.
But America has to stand for the rule of law. We can't, be doing what we're doing.
So anyway.
Rule of law that's applied equally amongst everybody, regardless of anything. Oh well, now we gotta bring this conversation back to tools.
Tools.
I do highly recommend the Blackwing. My favorite, of course, is the matte. You must love Blackwing pencils. They were used by award-winning creators throughout the 20th century. Despite a cult following, they fell victim to cost-cutting measures in the 1990s and were discontinued, but not forgotten. Analog-minded devotees began paying as much as $40 for a single pencil. They acquired the brand in 2010 and brought Blackwing back for a growing culture of artists, musicians, and everyday people looking to unplug and live mindfully. What the fuck is this live mindfully bullshit? I just like a quality product. I ain't living mindfully.
Well,
Why do they gotta
supposed to
destroy?
be.
Why do these tools have to destroy everything? Oh look, it's crafted with California incense cedar. Fine. With Japanese graphite. Fine. Everyone knows the best graphite in the world comes from Japan. Iconic design and replaceable eraser. Okay, I've never replaced this eraser and never will because it kind of sucks. Sales benefit music and arts programs in schools. Okay.
Oh, don't give that a hard time, you.
Well,
Stop it.
that's what we're paying our
Stop it.
taxes for.
Yeah, no, not anymore. I don't know what the tax is, but they don't do that anymore.
Well, everyone knows that the police love it when you go up to them and you say, I'm a taxpayer, I pay your paycheck. They love it when you say that. They love to be reminded of that. You will always bend over backwards to help you out when you use those words. Do you know who I am? I'm a taxpayer. That's who I am.
And you wonder why you lose. You're gonna wonder why you lost some. They took you up on your word and got themselves.
Don't get me wrong, I love the police. We really need more of them. Tools, tools, tools. Tools, wonderful tools.
Tools.
Just like Tucker Carlson. Tools, wonderful tools.
Just like Himalayan squirrels. Sherpas who go to the Himalayan squirrels.
Alright, I gotta get some of this paper out of the way because I'm gonna move along. Why don't we stick with Tucker and his hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get rid of the rest of the Forbes articles. I don't think we're going to need that anymore. This is hilarious. I've got pictures of women in various states of undress. And what do I choose in the end here? Tucker freaking Carlson. You can never predict how one of these shows are going to go.
No, you really can't. And this is the time of the show where we usually get a little quiet.
Well, this is the Captain Bob O'Connell series where everyone sits and watches the cartoonist draw, and I'm sure everyone at home is drawing too.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought I'd be doing a show like Captain Bob's. He had a show that was on at like 4 or 5 in the morning on Saturdays where he, I think it was called Drawing from Nature. And then he sat in this set that looked like an old sea shanty, and he would draw. And theoretically, I guess you'd have to be at home drawing what he's drawing at the same time, and he explained the techniques left and right. It was a show I never missed Saturday mornings. And then you have a segment where he'd show some of the stuff that the audience had sent in, and I suddenly realized, oh, wait a second, this is a kid's show. And I thought like actual adults were like watching the show and drawing and sending stuff in. No, it's a kid's show. And I just saw a picture of him recently with a bunch of other children's television show hosts from the area, and wow, he was like he was a children's television show host. I didn't know that. Well, Fido the comic strip is not a children's television show. In fact, if you look at your YouTube, you'll say this is not recommended for children. You see, we use adult themes and issues here. And every once in a while, the F-bomb drops. And if any children ever heard that word, their brains may melt, and I'll be responsible for their developmental issues.
You don't want that.
I can't have that. I'm sorry. I'm not liable for your poor parenting. So do not bring your children to Fido. Not responsible for any damage that may occur. Every once in a while, I would have. Well, at least once, I would have loved to have heard Captain Bob O'Connell drop the F-bomb. Well, fuck it, kids. We just.
Well, fuck it, kids. How about what's his name? Draw some fucking pretty little trees.
Bob Ross.
Today we're gonna draw some fucking trees.
All right, looks like we're done with that one, and we're probably done with this episode. Fido 84, I believe. Yes. Tools. Tools, wonderful tools. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you guys next week.
Bye.